Hello and welcome back to Kamen Rider Recap, the only show where a TV will talk to you about a TV show. So I'm 100% sure all of you have already seen the Gaim and ToQgers crossover. If not, go do it, like right now. Pause this, start the download, don't come back until you've enjoyed all 48 minutes of it. Back? Good. While I enjoyed the special a lot, it's not really canon. In fact, it's pretty much a sneak peek for the Kamen Rider War movie, which I am super hyped for. So in light of that, I decided to do this episode a little differently. This episode is going to be my top 10 favorite moments from the ToQgers and Gaim crossover. Why a top 10 list? Because I'm behind schedule and a little lazy. So let's switch tracks to... the top 10 moments from the ToQgers and Gaim crossover. Number 10. The ToQgers and Gaim sing each other for the first time. This would set the tone for the rest of the special, and what a fantastic tone it is. It's silly, it's a little self-aware, and it's still very much in character for both Koda and the ToQgers crew. Plus, you know you said the same things when you first saw both of them. What? An orange? Trains? Number 9. Koda and Mai's moment while Right and the mole monster fight in the background. This actually happens a few times throughout the special, where a character will take the time to have some sort of meaningful dialogue while there's a pretty serious fight scene going on behind them or something. However, this one takes the cake. You can still see Right and the mole monster behind Koda and Mai just duking it out. I can't imagine that wasn't done with some amount of tongue-in-cheekness. Number 8. The back and forth in the fruit bar. Confession time, guys. I really like old vaudeville-esque bits. Like, for serious, it always cracks me up to see such sharp back and forth banter. It's not only funny in this case, but it's oddly pleasing to the ear. I can't really explain it, so at least it's also legitimately funny enough on its own for me to include on this list. Number 7. Ticket calling out the conductor. I swear to fucking God, the second the conductor said, "Imagination," I had to pause the video, have myself a little laugh, and then wonder if he had to force himself to say it like that. Imagine my sheer, hilarious surprise when Ticket asked him the exact same thing. If I may, I want to take a second to say this is one of the things I love most about Super Sentai and Kamen Rider. The nods and jokes at their own expense, the awareness at how silly it all can seem, and how silly it really is at times. A medium that can understand its own follies and use them to make itself better is amazingly fantastic, and gives Kamen Rider and Super Sentai their unique sense of humor. Number 6. Michi's plan to rescue Mai. Just all of this. Why the banners? Why make it sound like it was some big ingenious plan when it was a simple distraction ploy? But why the fucking banners? They don't actually serve a purpose except, I guess, give them something to start fighting about, but why? Number 5. The ToQgers' reaction to Right bringing Mai on board the train. I think this speaks for itself here, but allow me to talk for a bit. We haven't really seen the team get mad at Right. At most, they're exasperated by his antics, but even then it sort of washes over him. But here we see Hikari, Mio, and Takati all give him the stink eye, and he knows it. Kinda satisfying in a hilarious way. But the bit gets even better when it eventually leads into... Number 4. Wagon revealing the scheme to Mai. I love it when the best laid plans of Sentai and writers fail, usually when they didn't have a chance of working out all that well. I mean really, how long were they expecting to keep Mai on the train? Although that would give her an opportunity to perhaps become a ToQger. Well, regardless of what could have happened, it was still pretty funny how this all fell apart. Number 3. The citywide fight going on behind Takatora's back. It's times like this you have to wonder exactly how Takatora got his job as overseer. It kinda implies that you I don't know, can see things that are going on. First he patronizes Michi when the latter tries to report on the Badan Empire, and now he pretty much refuses to believe the word of his employees that giant robots and monsters are fighting in the city, even though he fights monsters using fruit-themed weapons in an alternate dimension. There's genre blind, and then there's Takatora. Number 2. How much shorter Koda is than Right. Maybe it's because Super Sentai is aimed at a younger crowd, but for some reason I was thinking Right was going to be shorter than Koda. Not only is that not true, he's pretty fucking tall compared to Koda. Look at that, it's absolutely adorable. Koda's like a tiny little tangerine. I'm an orange. Tiny little orange. Moving on. And the number 1 moment from the Gaim and ToQgers crossover is Narutaki's cameo. Holy shit. You better believe I was flipping my lid when he showed up. Faiz may be one of my favorite writers, but Decade is one of my favorite seasons of Kamen Rider of all time. I know, Decade was terribly handled and written, but it was still, in spite of that, a really entertaining show. And Narutaki was a big part of that. There's a reason he keeps popping up in the net videos and crossovers, because he's such a little fucking shit in the Rider universe, and he knows it. I realize he's probably there because Decade plays a speaking role in the upcoming movie, but it was still such a treat seeing him interact with Koda and Right, and with the conductor and Ticket in a sense. Here's hoping he'll worm his way into more crossovers in the future. And that was my top 10 moments from the Gaim and ToQgers crossover special. This episode was different, but to be honest, I couldn't do this justice with a review. Go watch it, seriously. Go watch it and enjoy it and have a good laugh at a little celebration for 2 shows that have brought a lot of smiles to their audiences.